festival in Long Island, where there's only one person who's living there. So they hosted the first night program, and it was a Dhikr program that we did in Charlotte. And Friday, the day for Jumu'ah, I was doing the khutbah here as well. And then after Jumu'ah, we came here, a few family and friends and so on, lunch after Jumu'ah. And then Friday evening, we were in Roslyn Heights, which is also the Long Island for another Dhikr, another student that we have here in that area. They hosted that. And then Saturday, it was a main program. It was a conference at Taj Mahal Banquet Hall in Jamaica. So that's a Bangladesh organization. They have a masjid and a school. So yeah, they go for that. And actually they invited me to be a guest speaker. That was yesterday. And today, I had meetings and this program. So what I want to do is meet with all the family relatives on inshallah. Because I haven't seen many of you before.
We're happy to see you. We see you on TV, but we see you on waves.
So, because this is my first visit to New York since the beginning of the pandemic.
Okay.
Before the pandemic, but during the pandemic, I did travel, suspended all travel, and I resumed last year in the summer. This is my first visit to New York since the pandemic. 3 years.
I went to one in Diana, and my mom wasn't feeling well, so I didn't get to come.
Yeah, I was, if I knew, then I would make arrangements to come. But I spoke with Nasri,
Yeah.
and she said she'd bring you, and who's the guy?
Yeah, I went for my birthday.
Yeah, and then Nasri, one of the sisters was there.
Yeah, Shabila was there too.
Yeah.
Baby.
So Nasri said she'd bring both of you for that evening program. So I thought I get it. Then the next day was the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to go to Trinidad.
Okay.
If I knew, then because usually I go and visit your mom and dad.
Yeah.
And I was in Ghana, I late last year. And
So anytime you go, just give them a quick visit.
Yeah.
They're happy to see you.
I usually do.
Yeah.
So then when she came at like the evening at that program, she said, I told them.
Yeah.
I got your
Sugar cake and
sugar
fudge.
cake.
Yeah. I went my birthday and I said, let me cook for my birthday.
Yes, and I brought it back.
Yeah.
Sure enough, yeah. Thanks to Shamiza for and Roman for those things.
Yeah, the whole thing like that.
So tomorrow night, Monday night, we're having another program, not too far from here, 1 3rd Avenue and 121st Street. There's a masjid there.
Yeah.
The masjid was
And
Usman
Brother
Marcus
Sheriff is the imam there. He's related to us in some way.
before.
So we're doing a program there.
Okay.
And it starts at Maghrib time. That's just after 8 p.m. Inshallah. So it's good if you can all try to come for that program. And then Wednesday evening would be my final program because I'm leaving on Thursday to go
Okay.
back to Toronto. Wednesday we're doing it at Brother Shamir's home.
That's where.
That's
107 and
Liberty and near to where
Yes,
the
between
subway
107.
starts
Yes.
in that area.
I know where it is. I'll give you the address.
You
I've
you
dropped
can
them
get
home
the
last
exact
night.
address and
Yes, I
give it
have
there.
them. I'll share with you the book.
Inshallah. I also want to mention that in terms of connection, like Zamo mentioned, TV and so on. So we're focusing on a lot of online broadcast because I cannot be everywhere all the time, you know. But for yourselves here in New York and many others, and then in other places, Guyana, Trinidad, Canada, United Kingdom, and so on, that we can keep in touch with the Murids, the brothers and sisters and students. So we do that through the live stream broadcast. And we have broadcast 24/7, 7 days a week. Right now, this is being broadcast on the YouTube channel. The main program is in the evening, from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. All day we have programs, all night as well, but it's usually a repeat broadcast of previous programs because the audience, they're in different parts of the world and there's a huge time difference. Like we have students in Malaysia, for example, but they're like 12 hours different time from us. So it's now, 2 p.m. maybe? They're just after 1 p.m. here in New York. And so it would be 1 a.m. Monday night or Monday morning. So it's like 12 hours, sometimes 11 hours difference and so on. India, Pakistan, we have students, like 10, 11 hours difference in time. So sometimes the live broadcast, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., which is Toronto time or New York time, it may not be convenient for those people. So this is why we do the repeat broadcast, so they can look at the program again. Yeah. And I was surprised, Friday after Jumu'ah, there were many people who came to me and said that they're looking at the program. They're looking at the live stream broadcast and so on. So I want to encourage all of you to do that, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. every day. And then to sign into the chat, because that's the only way we know who's looking at the program.
Okay.
If you don't sign into the chat, we don't know you're looking at the program. So it's good to do that. And if you're at home looking at the program, it's good if you can connect it to the TV. All the new TV, smart TVs, they have YouTube channel as a regular feature. So you go to YouTube, you search Shaykh Faisal, and you find a channel and you can favorite it, look at it, inshallah. The link to access the channel, we made it very simple. It's the same link for all the programs, all the all night. YouTube.com/Shaykh Faisal/live, LIVE. You put that in, it takes you directly to the channel to what's going on at that time.
Okay.
You know, they just click on the live broadcast and you can look at it. I say look at the TV because the viewing experience is better. You enjoy it more, it's a bigger picture, you can see everything. Sometimes you have problems signing into the chat on the TV, so you can quickly do that on the phone. On your phone, just access the same YouTube channel and enter your name. It's easier on the phone, inshallah. Of course, if you're not at home and you're outside, you can look at it on the phone. You know, once you have access to internet, you can look at the channel. And then, in terms of education, we've put all our lectures on the YouTube channel. We have hundreds of lectures. Are you interested in any topic pertaining to Islam? You go there and you can listen to those standalone lectures. Then we mentioned the live stream broadcast, and then Jumu'ah on Fridays. Like, there are many people who don't get a chance to go for Jumu'ah to a masjid. They're at work, they're busy, or mothers at home, and so on. Or elderly people, or those who are ill, they don't go to masjid. So we broadcast our Jumu'ah program, and the time for prayer is similar to the time in New York and Toronto, because you share the same time zone. So we start broadcasting at 1 p.m. every Friday. And from 1 p.m. to 1:30 p.m., you get a chance to do your own sunnah, salah, and recite Qur'an or make dua, and so on. And then we start the khutbah at 1:30. 1:30 every Friday throughout the year, no time change, regardless of daylight saving and so on. We maintain the same time to make it easy and convenient for people. 1:30 we start a khutbah, we go to about 2:10, and then we do the salah. So by 2:15 we finish. That's the same time for the agenda for the Friday Jummah program. So I want to encourage all of you to look at it, because the Jummah khutbah is usually relevant and useful for whatever time of the year you're in. You know, like Friday here at Masjid Abidin, I talked about the special time we're in right now, one of the most blessed time of the year. From now continuing to Hajj, which is towards the end of this month, or Eid al-Adha as well. So it would keep you updated with what's happening or what you're required to do at that time of the year, just by looking at it Friday khutbah. If a chance you miss it, it's recorded on the same YouTube channel. So Friday evening, you get them from work and so on, you didn't get to look at the Jummah program, listen to the khutbah, you can listen to the khutbah, inshallah. And for those of you who are following live on the Jummah khutbah, you can pray with us from your home. If you're not in the masjid to pray Jummah, you can join the salah, the Jummah salah, praying with us. So listen to the khutbah, you pray Jummah with us. So you don't miss Jummah. You know, we're trying to make it convenient for everyone. You don't have to miss these important obligations, inshallah. So that's Jumu'ah. And then typically on a Sunday, like now, we have the broadcast going on. But then if we have any special program, we would broadcast it live on the channel. So sometimes we have nikah, someone's getting married at Islamic Forum, nikah, we broadcast that. Sometimes people have akika for their recently born baby, we do akika for them. We do get the sample, we broadcast that, and so on. People have their birthday, that we would do that, inshallah. So for that now, you have to subscribe to the channel. So when you go to the YouTube channel, Shaykh Faisal channel, there's a button saying subscribe. You just click on it, and then you subscribe to the channel. And that allows you access to the channel in terms of chat and questions and so on and so forth. And then there's another button in the shape of a bell for notifications. You click on that and you click on turn on notifications, all notifications for the channel. What that does is that whenever we are doing a new program every day, you get a notification on the Shaykh Faisal YouTube channel. There's a new program starting now for, let's say, for Jummah, or the daily broadcast every day, or the special programs on weekends that we broadcast. That you get that notification. For Ramadan, this past month of Ramadan, we broadcast all our programs. So every day, we're having iftar program in the evening, Salatul Maghrib, then dinner after Maghrib, and then Salatul Isha and Taraweeh every night. We broadcast it just after midnight throughout the month of Ramadan. We had a Tahajjud program or Tahajjud Salah, broadcast all of that. So those who are living in Toronto and able to come to the Islamic Forum, they will do that. We have a physical audience. But then many people are not able to come, especially out of city, out of town, another country. It's broadcast, and many people are praying Taraweeh with us every night throughout Ramadan, because it's all broadcast on the YouTube channel. And we had a sheikh from Egypt, Al-Azhar, that came to spend Ramadan with us, and he led the Taraweeh Salah every night. So it was very nice, a good experience, alhamdulillah. Because sometimes, especially during the week, you come home from work, you're not able to go to masjid and so on. You can stay home, break your fast, and join the program with us. Yeah, inshallah. So I wanted to share this with all of you, inshallah. The other thing I want to mention is that before the pandemic, you used to have, I think, a monthly Dhikr halaqah with the family and so on. For the pandemic now, it put a pause on everything because people weren't able to meet, and people were concerned about the COVID and not wanting to go out unless it's necessary and so on. So it was a pause to the monthly Dhikr halaqah. But I want to resume that monthly Dhikr halaqah for all of you, all our family, relatives, friends, and so
You
on.
gotta see when we imam up here, then
Well, it shouldn't depend on one person. You should all be able to lead the Dhikr.
yeah.
And basically, we're gathering together, and the format of the program or the agenda would include some Qur'an, we recite Qur'an, like the last 10 surahs or so. Sometimes Surah Yasin, recite Qur'an.
Sorry, Fidel always do that.
Yes, yes. So it's a simple agenda, but I don't want it to depend on one person, because if Fidel is not available, then you don't do it. It shouldn't be like that. And I'll explain how it can be done. So we have Quran, one item on the agenda that you do together, and it's also a learning experience. Like every month you're doing these surahs. After a while you get to know it, inshallah. And then the second thing is the dhikr, which is the Wird al-Am dhikr. Is the main dhikr that we do. You recite together the Wird al-Am dhikr, and then after doing that over and over again, you'll get to know it well, inshallah. And then thirdly, what we usually do is qasida. Like on our website, we have the qasida. So you can do one qasida every time you meet. And once again, after a while, you'll get to know the qasida, so you sing it and recite it. And then if your time would allow you, usually we recommend that you listen to one of my lectures from the same YouTube channel. You select a lecture and you put it on the TV, on the YouTube channel, and you listen to that lecture. And then we will conclude with dua and ta'zim. You stand for recite ta'zim together. So that's the basic format of the program. Maybe hour and a half or so. And then usually we recommend that you have some food, something to eat, if it's lunch or dinner, depending on what time you're meeting. And you can all make something. Someone can coordinate the menu. This is a shamiza, and assign different people make different things. So you have something nice to
We
eat.
always do that. Michelle, me, Usha, Auntie Geeti, always make
Yes.
something and bring it.
Yes, you do that. So I mentioned to Shamiza about this before, so she's willing to host all of you for the monthly gathering,
Okay.
you know? So you have one place, you know what it is. And you can decide on a particular Sunday of the month. Uh, the first Sunday, second Sunday, third Sunday, something like that, which maybe we can discuss now. So everyone will know what's mutually convenient for all of you. And then a time on the Sunday. So if you have a fixed time, then you know how to plan around that.
For me, Saturday evening gonna be better, and Sunday you gotta do so much to catch up for the week.
Okay, well, that's up to you, you know, what you agree on, inshallah. So, let's look at the
It
day
doesn't
of
work for you?
the week, inshallah. What day, is Saturday or Sunday?
Rhonda says Saturday don't work for him, so you're gonna have to do it on Friday.
Just kidding.
Pardon me?
No, he's just kidding.
Oh, so, well, I mean, if he's busy, we want him to be here, so Sunday morning may be a good time. You know, 10 o'clock Sunday morning, so it's not too early. Because what Zama mentioned about other things on Sunday, so 10 to 12, you do this, and then afterwards you have the rest of the day to do other things. You know? Because people usually don't plan their programs or Sunday morning, they will do Sunday after lunch mostly. You know, so if there's any invitation for wedding and so on, you can still attend. So it's an easy time to maintain. You know, Sunday morning 10 o'clock. And we do it Sunday morning 5 a.m. for Fajr. We meet for Fajr, and after Fajr we do our Dhikr. I don't want to tell you to do that. You know, so you can still sleep in a little
I
on
was just
Sunday.
gonna tell you that will be Rhonda for a turn.
But yeah, so I think 10 a.m. is doable. What do you think? Inshallah?
Yeah.
Okay, so 10 a.m. Now, which of the Sunday of the month you want to do? First, second, or third?
We gotta get a calendar to look at it.
No, don't worry, calendar. Just
Yes,
first Sunday of the
the
month.
last Sunday.
Because that would also help you to maintain a monthly schedule, right?
The last Sunday would be better.
Huh?
The last Sunday.
The last Sunday?
The
Yeah,
last
I
Sunday.
think that works.
The last Sunday work with you guys, Uncle Nizam?
Okay, okay.
with that.
So is the fourth Sunday,
Yeah.
except for four month in a year, it will be the fifth Sunday.
Yeah.
So you just have to be mindful about that. The last Sunday.
Totally.
So for 8 months of the year is the fourth Sunday, and for 4 months is the fifth Sunday. Because 4 months in the year have five weeks. So you check that the last Sunday in a month, you can do it 10 a.m. And then Shabish, you just remind me, let me know
Yes.
when it's coming up. So I can, you know, from time to time, depending on my schedule, I can call in and speak to you from time to time, not every month. You can do that. Now, everything that I mentioned, it's on the website, the shaykhfaisal.com website. So in the Quran section, the Quran is there. I recorded it, it's recited there. And it's actually, it has a good feature to help you to recite the surahs properly and to memorize it. Like you can, just by pressing a button, you can repeat that verse over and over again. So you recite along with it 10 times, 15 times, 20 times. So you know, you learn how to recite it and memorize it and so on, inshallah. So you have the 10 surahs, the Surah Yasin also, Surah Al-Rahman. Later on we can do those other surahs that you will learn it as well. Learn how to recite Surah Yasin, Surah Al-Rahman, Surah Al-Waqi'ah, those special surahs in the Quran. So that's for Quran. So everything is on the website for you to recite along with it during the program. And then in between that monthly gathering at home, you can be using the website, listening to the surahs and learn it. It has that good feature as well. And many other brothers and sisters in different countries, they've memorized these surahs just by following the website. including long surahs like Surah Yasin. They've memorized all of it just by listening to the website, my recitation, repeating it over and over again, like that. So it has that feature. You see the Naeem here, he is in charge of the website, and so Shamiza can message him whatever you need. Like, let's say you meet for your monthly gathering and there's something idea that come up, you want something, you message both of us, and we will try to record it, put it on the website, so the next month you have it for you. And also like questions, you have any questions. We usually answer the question on the live stream broadcast every day. People sending questions to us every day, we do it. So the live stream broadcast, 7 to 10 p.m. From 7 to 8, we have Quran recitation, Dhikr, and we recently started a Ruqya session. Anyone of you know what's a Ruqya? Ruqya is spiritual treatment. Spiritual treatment. Like you, someone they're affected by evil eye, black magic. They're suffering from the jealousy of someone, the envy of someone. This can affect you. And so that people are affected in different ways, like they have headaches, or they sometimes get stomach problems, sometimes they can't do things, can't function normally, and so on. Sometimes evil jinns affect people, and so on. So the ruqya is a spiritual treatment for that. And so there are specific verses in the Quran and dua from the Prophet that grant you protection from those things, right? And that's what we do in the first segment as well. The ruqya verses I recite, so you listen to it, and after a while you'll be able to recite along with it in that way. So that offers you that protection. So that's the first segment of the program, from 7 to 8, sometimes 8:10 or so. And then we do dua after that, at the end of that, to conclude the first segment of the program. And then the second segment is the lectures. We have 2 lectures every night, from 8 to 9. So one is a short lecture, 20 minutes. This is Sidi Shazia. They're hosting program tonight. Sidi Shazia. And what's the address, Sidi? 106. 60. So that's near to where to stop, leopards. And Shamisa has the address, so she will send to all of you, inshallah. We have a WhatsApp group called AFF USA. So all our students and Marines and so on are on that list, AFF USA. So I'll make arrangements to add all of you on that list, AFF USA. There's AFF New York, but it's not that active. The AFF USA is the more active one now. So we'll put you on that group, inshallah. And then you get the reminders and so on about the daily live stream broadcasts and whatever else I'm doing, traveling to different countries and lectures and so on. It's all there. And then your own program would be posted there as well, inshallah. So that's a WhatsApp group. So just look out for that to be added to that, inshallah. So the second segment is the lecture. The first was a short lecture of 20 minutes, which is to encourage you to do certain practical things. Like we have a project of reciting Qur'an. It's a beautiful project. And what it is, you commit yourself to reciting at least 1 page of the Qur'an every day. At least 1 page of the Qur'an every day. How long does 1 page of the Qur'an will take you to recite? Anyone?
Maybe 10 minutes the most.
How much?
Maybe 10 minutes the most.
10 minutes? Anyone else?
5 minutes?
5 minutes? Yeah, that's closer. Yeah, let's say 5 minutes. It's less, 4 minutes. And as you develop fluency, you can do it in 1 minute. like the Hafiz of Quran, they do it one page under 1 minute. You know, so this project is you join the Quran project, and you commit yourself to reciting at least one page of the Quran every day, 4 minutes. So it's not, no matter how you're busy, you can still do it. And we recommend you do it at the beginning of the day. You get it every Fajr and so on, you do these things. You start at the beginning with the Quran, Surah Al-Fatiha, and then you continue, finish that, Surah Al-Baqarah, from beginning you continue. And when you stop on that, you put a bookmarker. Next day, continue from that one. There's some days you can only do one page because of during the week, work and so on. But sometimes on weekends you have more time, you can do more pages, 5 pages, 10 pages, depending on your time. Well, you stop, continue from where you stopped the last time, and you proceed in order. Then a time will come when you finish reciting the entire Quran. And that's an amazing accomplishment. Because most Muslims have not recited the entire Quran from beginning to end. You'd recite portions, popular surahs and so on, like this, but not the entire Quran from beginning to end. So this is your chance, your opportunity to do that, just by spending 4 to 5 minutes every day with the Quran. And so this is something we want all of you to do. And so that's one of the lectures we do, where we talk about the blessings and the virtues of reciting Quran. It's a way to encourage you to, join this project, Quran project, and recite. Like the Prophet ﷺ says that every letter of the Quran you recite, you get blessing, rewards from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then he gave the example from Surah Al-Baqarah, if you recite Alif, Lam, Mim, you don't get one blessing, but you get one for saying Alif, one for Lam, one for Mim. Each letter of the Quran you recite, you get blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Another hadith, Prophet ﷺ says that when you recite this Quran in this world, this dunya, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant you intercession through this Quran. The Quran will intercede for you on the Day of Judgment. Those who recite the Quran regularly. So it has great lessons. So in that first lecture we do that. And then about Dhikr, where the lamp Dhikr, what are the benefits of Dhikr? That's another lecture we do. And so on. So that's the first lecture, short lecture. The second lecture, about half an hour to 35 minutes, we select a relevant topic for the time, and we do that so you can get relevant education. So right now, Eid al-Adha is coming up. What is a popular practice Muslims do on Eid al-Adha?
Sacrifice?
Every year, sacrifice, Qurbani.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Every year for Eid al-Adha, many people do that. They do the sacrifice, Qurbani. So we have a series of lectures on the virtues of Qurbani, the blessings of Qurbani, the rules governing Qurbani, how it should be done, and so on and so forth. Right? And grandfather has a good practice. Uncle Azam would remember that. He every year used to do Qurbani, and he would get the animal several months before. You don't wait for the week off.
Yeah.
Like Qurbani finished this year, he's already looking for an animal for next year. And keep that animal, take care of it, like this. So then you feel the sacrifice you're making. Because you fall in love with that animal after taking care of it every day for a year. You feed the animal, give it a bath, and so you fall in love with that animal. So you feel this Qurbani, this sacrifice. You're making Qurbani. Now people just pay the money and someone else do it. You pay the money to the masjid or the butcher shop and they do it, and you collect your meat and so on. The sacrifice, the real feeling is not there, you see? But then the history of this goes back to the sacrifice that Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam made for his son Ismail. So imagine how he felt when he was tested to sacrifice his son Ismail, and he went ahead and was on the point of doing it, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spared him that sacrifice and sent a ram from heaven with the angel Jibreel that he sacrificed instead. So we talk a lot about that in that series of lectures. That's one example of a topical lecture for the time. Of course, Eid al-Adha, the day of Arafat, the most blessed day of the year, which is the day before Eid al-Adha. Right? You fast on that day, you get the blessings of fasting for 2 years. The greatest, the most virtuous day of the year. So we talk about those things. In Ramadan, we have lectures about Ramadan. In Rabiul Awwal, we talk about the Prophet ﷺ, and so on. So that lecture, there's that lecture every night that we do that you can benefit from, inshallah. So that's the 8 to 9, the second segment of the live stream broadcast. And then from 9 to 9:30 or 9:10 to 9:30, we do the Qasida training. We recite Qasidas, and we have the lyrics, the wording on the screen, and you can recite along with us. We encourage that. So after a while, you learn the Qasidas. You know how to recite it in that way. And then 9:30 to 10, I do an interactive session where I would answer questions from anyone. Like they would type in the questions in the chat. We go through the chat and answer all the questions. The request for dua, people want dua for maybe a family member that passed away recently, or some family member that's ill, want dua for cure for the ill, and so on. Whatever problems, difficulties they have, they put that in the chat. We make dua for them. We go through the chat and make dua for them. Like that, inshallah, answer questions, and so on. So that's the interactive session that I would do every night. So that's the program, 7 to 10, and it's useful, beneficial. So whenever you have time, you can look at the program. And even if you're not available from 7 to 10, maybe 1 hour, the first hour, 7 to 8, you come home from work during the week, you're having a dinner, you can put on the program while you're having a dinner. So you do some other things at home, you can be looking at it. Whatever time you have at your convenience. That we want to encourage you to do the live stream broadcast and encourage others to watch the broadcast as well. So for the halaqah, the monthly Dhikr halaqah, the items that we're doing, it's on our website, which is now shaykhfaisal.com. It's different from the YouTube channel. Right? YouTube channel, we have daily programs and lectures and so on. The website, you have the resources for what you need that you can do. And I want to encourage all of you to get familiar with that, so you can be using it more and more and learning more and more from that, inshallah. Qur'an and the Dhikr and the lecture and the Qasidas. We have more than 20 Qasidas on the website in the Qasida section. Right? The audio recording of it is there, so you can listen to the audio. The lyrics, the wording of the Qasida is there. You can follow along. It's in Arabic and in transliteration. So if you don't know to read Arabic, you can use a transliteration to still learn the Qasidas, recite it. Like that, inshallah. The Tazim is there to end the program. And any one of you, Ronel, Fidel, any one of you can do the dua to end the program, inshallah. Even the sisters, you can make the dua once you learn how to do it, inshallah. So that's the halaqah, the monthly dhikr gathering, which we say would be the last Sunday of the month, starting at 10 a.m. Let's say 10 to 12, inshallah. So if you could please make note of that and make sure you come, inshallah, and invite others, reach out to others, relatives, and so on. There were many people who met me Friday after Jumu'ah at Masjid Abidin, and they said that they related to me. And some I couldn't remember. But some of the names, the older names, I recognize. Like a lot of Uncle Nizam would know more about these relatives and so on, from Oval Industry and so on. Auntie Chani and so on. Those names I remember, Uncle Sukna. But who's related to Shazi's?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Uncle Sukna.
What's the relation with Uncle Sukna?
Grandfather.
Your grandfather.
Yeah.
Right.
Her grandfather worked my dad, your grandfather's two brother.
Yeah. So some of the older names I remember. The newer ones I may not. But I was surprised that so many people came after me, came to me after Jumu'ah
Yeah.
and say that they were related to me. Yeah. So we can reach out to them.
This one is your brother.
Yeah, Fani's a brother.
Yeah.
Yes, I met him at Jumu'ah on Friday. He told me, he introduced himself to me. Alhamdulillah. So their family's in Luziknan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His dad,
Your mom.
his mom and the first cousin.
Aha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're like second
So his
cousin.
grandmother,
Yes.
Yeah, grandmother, mamas.
his grandmother.
And my grandmother is
two sisters.
Chinese,
Yeah.
2 sisters.
Yeah. So I think it's good if we can bring
More.
more of the family together for this monthly gathering. It's very good. It's very good. And then their families of Better Hope also. That some of them met me on Friday after Jumu'ah and other places before.
Yeah, like
also,
Uncle George, I think.
that we can get them, include them little by little, inshallah. I think it's a good thing that we can gather together to recite Qur'an and do dhikr and make dua. Because we live in a society where there's a lot of challenges that people are faced with. Yeah.
Were you there when, in Guyana, when Maulana Naeem was there? Yeah, he started a secure in Guyana. Doesn't Bakewell.
Bishna Bakewell,
Bakewell.
he's my student, he didn't start it.
Really?
He's my student, yeah.
Maulana Naeem, right?
Yeah, the owner of Bakewell who
Yeah.
passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he got it from me. He's my murid.
Really?
Yeah. I'm the one who
Because-
started the dhikr.
Okay, because you were in Georgetown, so he was the one who had.
Yeah, he had
Everything
regular
going.
gatherings at his home and so on.
Right,
But that was after he became my student.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Good to know.
yeah. And there were some other groups that were doing dhikr. Also, one particular group led by Imam Shahid, the Imam from Queenstown, Masjid, who
Right.
also passed away. So he also became our murid and he started doing our dhikr as
Yeah,
well.
but we used to hold it by Brother Shahid house
Yeah,
in the Market Street.
yes. So the dhikr program started by me in Guyana many years ago. Many years ago. Maybe 40 years ago or more. Yeah. And we have it spread in different places. Like I was in Guyana last month,
Okay.
my most recent visit. So we did programs in many places, East Bank, Diamond, Georgetown, East Coast, even Berbice.
Wow.
We had a major program in Berbice because we have many murids, students there. Alhamdulillah.
So I guess you met the Imam of Queenstown. You went to Queenstown Mosque, or you had a chance to go to Queenstown?
I didn't go because I left Guyana on the Thursday to go to Trinidad. So usually if I'm there on a Friday, I would deliver the khutbah at Queenstown Masjid. But I left on a Thursday. The Thursday, I spent a week. I arrived there Saturday morning. I left Toronto Friday night. Arrived in Guyana on Saturday morning, and then I was there until the Thursday. And then I left to go to Trinidad. So in Trinidad now, I delivered the khutbah at a place called Princess Town. Princess Town Masjid is one of the largest masjid in Trinidad. Yeah. And then lectures in different parts of the country in Trinidad. In Trinidad, we also have a network of dhikr halakas in different parts of the country that we're doing. So I'm hoping that, inshallah, you do start your monthly dhikr here. And then if you like to do more, then we are resuming the weekly dhikr at Sidi Shamir's home. Sidi Shazia. They live not too far from here. And that will be on Sundays in the afternoon. I think you said 5 p.m. CD?
Yeah, around 2.
Okay, whatever time you decide is convenient for you. So let's say you want to attend another dhikr in that month. You do your last Sunday here. then maybe first or second Sunday you go to Sidi Shamir's home, and the agenda is the same thing. But the dhikr you want to do as often as you can. It's for your body, you need food. Like you have to eat something every day. You need to sleep. If you don't sleep after the extended period of time, it starts affecting your functioning. For the soul now, the soul needs dhikr every day. The soul needs dhikr every day. The more you do it, the more the soul is connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when you don't do it, the soul gets distanced from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you start feeling that estrangement, that distancing in your heart, So you want to try to do your dhikr every day. And the weird alarm is what you should do, the weird alarm. And this you can do by yourself, right? And once you memorize it, then wherever you are, you can do it. Like let's say you're traveling to work. How long do you take to get to work in the morning on an average? 45 minutes. Different people, different time, but that's like an average, an hour or so. And so that's a good time to do dhikr. You recite a weird alarm dhikr. And it's very simple once you memorize it. So it consists of three main components. The first is astaghfirullah. That you recite 100 times in the morning, 100 times in the evening. Astaghfirullah. Then the second dhikr is Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad, the Dawood Sharif, 100 times in the morning and the evening. And the third dhikr is La ilaha illallah. In the morning, in the evening, 100 times each. So once you memorize that, then traveling to work, let's say using the subway to go to work, you can be doing that. You do your dhikr. In the evening, when you home from work, you can be doing it. That's your twice a day regimen of dhikr. So it's not difficult to do, inshallah. And then of course on the website we have the full copy of the dhikr, because with each one of these dhikr you recite the verse in the Qur'an for that dhikr, which commands you to do the dhikr. So we have all of that on the website, a PDF file you can print out to have your copy, and the audio file that you can listen to my recitation of the dhikr, the weird alarm dhikr. So a very simple formula, but it keeps you connected. It keeps you connected. This is what you want to try to do. And then the monthly gathering would give you support. Like if you're all doing it, you support one another, you encourage one another to do it. This coming together is very useful. Like in Ramadan, we fast for that month. After Ramadan, it's difficult to fast, because in Ramadan there's a support, there's a social support. Back of your mind, 2 billion human beings are doing this throughout the world. You're not alone. But you don't get that support after Ramadan. You feel as if you alone fasting, and it's more difficult. So the coming together has many benefits. That's why I want to encourage all of you to do that, inshallah. The final thing I want to mention today is we'll do the dhikr, the weird alarm dhikr. I'll do a shortened version that we can recite it together, inshallah. So if we can do this together, and we'll do it aloud, we recite aloud. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وما تقدموا لأنفسكم من خير تجدوه عند الله هو خيرا وأعظم أجرا واستغفروا الله إن الله غفور رحيم. Astaghfirullah, 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 Astaghfirullah. أستغفر الله العظيم الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما بقدر عظمة ذاتك في كل وقت وحين. فاعلم أنه لا إله إلا الله، 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 لا إله إلا الله. إلا الله لا إله 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 إلا الله سيدنا محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. So that's the weird alarm Dhikr. You all know, you're familiar with, inshallah, this is staple Dhikr for each one we every day, inshallah. And then later on, maybe a year from now or so, or my next visit, if you want to add another Dhikr, we'll take it with the second level. This is the first level. We want to recite the first level as much as possible. Monthly together, and then every day try to do that, inshallah. There's a special dua, special instructions for dua. I'll ask the Hussein to come forward and lead us in the dua, inshallah, after the Dhikr. So you can get a written copy of the See, Hussein, just come straight forward here. This spot. So we'll get the instruction. We have a PDF file with the instructions for the dua. So CD9, you send it to everyone, inshallah. So you just make sure you get the name and telephone number for everyone today. Finish. So you can add them to the group, and then is WhatsApp or email better for the WhatsApp? Or you can receive it? Email or WhatsApp? It can be both, inshallah. So you get name, telephone number, and email. The telephone number will be WhatsApp. Inshallah. So the special format, and so you can say, inshallah, you do it, you do some dhikr. So you sing here from Canada with me. He's in charge of Zawiya and Islamic Forum in Canada.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala declared for Shaykh Faisal and Shaykh Faisal Allah may person the known from Allah may person his family protected may person protect them and grant them the sweetness of the prayers. Allah may dua for everyone present here. Allah answer all our du'as and take care of all of our needs. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. Although we pray for our parents that you grant them your grace and mercy as they raise us in childhood. Allah grant them long life and sweet years of paradise. Oh Allah, we pray for the Islamic Forum and the Al-Faisal International Halakha. May bless the Islamic Forum and the Faisal Dhikr Halakha. May help us to continue doing the Dhikr Halakha. Help us to complete the message soon, inshallah. Allah, we pray for the Ummah of we pray for the Ummah of Rasulullah. Allah, bless the Ummah of Rasulullah. Increase us in Iman, O Allah. Allah, grant us unity, O Allah. Allah, help us to complete the new message soon. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله سيدنا محمد رسول الله.
So that's the format of the dua, how it's done after the dhikr. So we have a document that details that. It's a 5-page document. The first page is a summary page, and then the 4 other pages are more explanation for each item, what you should say, and so on. And initially, you can use the document. You can, when you're making dua, you read from the document. That's fine. And after a while, you would memorize it. You can do it on your own without the document. Alhamdulillah. So we will, after dua, we conclude the Tazim now, and then we'll have lunch, inshallah, with Tazim. So, maybe we can stand up. So, if you know the wording, you recite it, but at least a chorus, you all know, you have to be recite it aloud, inshallah. And once again, we have this recorded on the website. You can listen to it and learn it. We usually do the Arabic version of the Tazim that's recited in the Arab world, Indonesia, all those places. They do the Arabic version. In Guyana, they usually do the Urdu version because that's how they learn from, our forebears and so on who came from India. They recite the Urdu version. It's all a blessing. The Tazim is a special invocation for the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And we are addressing Ya Nabi Salam Alaikum, O Prophet, peace be upon you, and so on. So we love it together. This one. Ya Nabi Salam Alaika يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك يا نبي سلام عليك يا رسول سلام عليك
يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك
أشرق البدر علينا واختفت منه البدور مثل حسنك ما رأينا قط يا وجه السرور يا نبي سلام عليك يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك
صلوات الله عليك
أنت شمس أنت بدر أنت نور فوق نوري أنت إكسير وغالي أنت مصباح الصدور
يا نبي سلام عليك يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك
يا حبيبي يا محمد يا عروس الخافقين يا مؤيد يا ممجد يا إمام القبلتين
يا نبي سلام عليك يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك
من رأى وجهك يسعد يا كريم الوالدين حوضك الصافي المبرد وردنا يوم النشور
يا نبي سلام عليك يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك
ما رأينا العيسى حنت بالسرى إلا إليك والغمامة قد أضلت والملا صلوا عليك
يا نبي سلام عليك يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك
وأتاك العود يبكي وتذلل بين يديك واستجارت يا حبيبي عندك الظبي النفور يا نبي سلام عليك
يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك
يا نبي سلام عليك
يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك
Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina. Shall we say Fatiha together? I'll conclude this part of the program. ربنا تقبل منا ربنا بسر الفاتحة بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم
صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. Shukran, Jazakallah. There's an end to the program. We'll have some lunch, inshallah. Thanks to all of you once again.
Thank you, thank you.